Hi, it's almost July, which means it's time to set up my new bullet journal. I'm using .git notebook from a local brand called Точки Стикеры Бумага. This notebook has 120 GSM paper, which is thick enough for me. As you can see, I've already decorated the front with stickers that came with this notebook as freebies, so let's get into it. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Shazzy and I post journaling content. So first I'm decorating the inside cover. On the left side I'm gluing in a journaling card that also came with this notebook. It says, if you want to change your life, don't stay still. I'm also using a couple of yellow washi tapes I bought on AliExpress. On the right side I'm gluing in a picture from Pinterest. My theme for this setup is yellow, so I chose a yellow picture. And then again I'm using same washi tapes. Lastly, I'm writing my name in belongs to section and dates I'll be using this journal from July to December 2025. Next I'm gluing the awkward first page to the inside cover. And then it was time for the actual setup. I started with the future log, which is a place to record all the important dates, appointments and so on for the ones that you haven't set up in your journal. I divided the left page into 4 horizontal sections and the right one into 3 sections, 2 smaller ones and one being a half of the page. For this I used my yellow Faber-Castell felt tip pen. Next I glued in mini calendars I prepared beforehand. You may notice that they have 8 columns. The last one is for the week number, which helps me to navigate the year better. I've done them using the yellow graph paper. Also my future log starts in August, because I will have already set up my July calendar when I start using this journal. From what I've seen in other YouTubers videos, people usually start their future log the same month as the journal, and I just don't get why would you need the first month in that case. Please comment how do you set up your future log if you have a bullet journal. Next I wrote the month's names using an orange fine liner. I've done it sideways. As I said, I started with August and the last month I have here is January next year. The biggest section at the bottom of the right page is for everything that's later than January 2026. Finally, for the spread I decorated it in the bottom right corner using pictures from Pinterest. Pinterest is my go-to for journaling materials, and I oftentimes prefer printing pictures and patterns to buying stickers and scrapbooking paper. It saves on waiting time for delivery and can be cheaper if you have a printer at home. I don't have one, so for me it's about the same price, but I still enjoy the flexibility. Next I have pages dedicated to my goals. On the left I have my goals page. I divided it into quarters for 4 categories: personal, health, financial and learning. I also glued another picture in the middle. On the right side I have my monthly check-in page. It's a space for me to check in with my goals and write about progress each month. This page helps me to stay on track with my goals and not to lose interest after a couple of months. So I divided this page into 6 horizontal boxes for each remaining months of the year and wrote the month's initials. Next spread is also about goals, but will be used in the end of the year. On the left I have a space to reflect on the year as a whole. And on the right I have space to reflect on my goals specifically. I again divided the page into quarters and titled them Finished, New, To Keep and To Scrap. I also decorated the pages, again using pictures from Pinterest. Next spread is for collecting ideas. On the left I have a bullet journal theme ideas list, and on the right I have video ideas. I'll migrate this list from my current bullet journal. I was also thinking about making videos with theme ideas, probably seasonal ones. Please let me know if you are interested in this type of videos. Next I have a wish list. It helps you in two different ways. Firstly, it helps to remember that I wanted a certain thing. Secondly, after the item is written in it for some time, I can come back to it and consider whether I actually need the thing. On the next page I have a space to plan my new bullet journal. That is the one I'll start next year. It seems kind of crazy to be already thinking about 2026, but I know I need this page. And I prefer to set it up in advance so that I can jot ideas down through the whole rest of the year. On the next spread I have my Bible study tracker. Right now I'm working my way through the New Testament, and my goal is to finish it by the end of the year. I study on my own, and also I take part in the Bible study group. So I started by writing the list of all the books in the New Testament. Next I'm drawing boxes next to the names of the books. The length of the box shows the length of the book, and each dotted box represents a chapter. Each time I finish studying a chapter, I color the corresponding box. If you are not religious, you can use a similar structure for other studies, for example if you are a student, or study some courses for work or personal development. After I was done drawing the boxes, I did a simple key in the bottom. Oranges for chapters are studied before starting this journal, so before July, and yellow for the ones that I'll study after June is over. Finally, I decorated the page. On the next spread I have General Study Tracker. I hope to go back to uni next year, and being almost 8 years after high school, I have to study so much. The subjects I need to pass admission exams for are English and history. I'll also need to write an essay. So on the left I have Study Tracker for English. I listed the books I have to work through. Next to that I again drew boxes representing chapters, and there stands for revision tests. I also decorated these pages I had some space. On the right I have history study tracker. I first wrote the subtitles, foreign and domestic history. Then I listed the books and units in them. For foreign history I have to study 2 books, and for domestic there are 3 of them. I probably won't finish all of that in 2025, but I'll have several months before exams in 2026, so I hope I'll manage to finish all my studies before that. Next I again drew the boxes for the chapters and did a key, which is the same as in the Bible study tracker. I didn't have much space for decoration, so I simply put some washi tape. Next I have my books read tracker. I've drawn boxes, and each time I finish a book I'll color the box. I could have done this tracker in my reading journal, but I use a lined notebook for it, and it's not that convenient to draw boxes there. My goal is to read 50 books this year, but I drawn 56 boxes because this way boxes fill the whole page, and also it's in case I read more, which I honestly doubt. Right now I'm slightly behind my goal, but also I need to read classics for the essay I mentioned. And classics are usually pretty long. I also did the same key at the bottom of the page, with orange for books I read before July and yellow for books that I will read after June. Lastly, I decorated some pages in case I need them later for the collections I didn't think of. With that final decoration done, let's head back to our weekend flip through. Also, speaking of flip through, I'll be posting a flip through of my current journal somewhere in July, so subscribe if you want to see it. Hope you enjoyed the video or found it helpful. If so, please give it a like and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!